With me, Miss Tara Strong. How you doing?
Good, how are you?
I'm good. So, basic question: how'd you kind of get started in this whole awesome realm of voice acting?
I knew when I was 5 years old that I wanted to be an actress and a singer and a dancer, actually. And I finally got my parents to let me get an agent when I was 13. And my first audition for an animated show was Hello Kitty, and the rest is history.
Cool. And now you're in a pretty mature title called Lollipop Chainsaw. What was it like doing that role?
That was really fun. There's been such a transition in video games that, they're hiring really talented voiceover directors and performers and good writers, and it sort of feels like you're in a film as opposed to just, push this button or swing left or whatever the games sort of used to be. And that game was insane. Some of the dialogue, I'm like, really? You want me to say that? But it was fun.
Okay. And what was the process when you were cast for the character of Twilight Sparkle?
Well, I worked with Lauren Faust on Powerpuff Girls and Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends, and I really adore her. I think she's just incredibly talented, and she actually called me and asked if I had played with My Little Pony as a child, and I actually did. I had grown up in a toy store. And she came over and showed me some of these amazing concept drawings and beautiful artwork of Equestria and Canterlot, and asked if I would record a little sizzle for her in my studio, and I did. And the rest is history on that too. So, yeah.
Okay, and for fans that don't know, tell us about Twilight Licious.
Well, I started on Twitter about a year ago. I was on set at Big Time Rush, and I had 100 followers just because I'd held my name, but I didn't really tweet. And Kendall on set said, "You don't really tweet?" And I'm like, "No, I don't really get it." He's like, "You should tweet." He said, "Watch this." And he wrote at Kendall Schmidt hanging on set with at Tara Strong. And in 1 minute it jumped to 500. I was like, oh, that's Twitter. So then I started seeing what other celebrities were doing, and I noticed like a lot of the Kim Kardashians and the people that are really known for being beautiful, like just posting pictures of themselves. I'm like, I'll make fun of that. And I was like, here's a picture of me naked. And it was like Timmy Turner in a pool. Or here's my new outfit. It was Harley Quinn. And here's me naked. And it's Twilight Sparkle because she's always naked. I don't know. It's just, I had a lot of fun. And then people started calling me a troll. And I'm like, what's a troll? And they said, it's when you tease people online for a reaction. They said, but you're really cute. And I'm like, then I need a cuter name than troll. So then they started calling me Twole. And then this whole like subculture of Twitter sort of grew out of me communicating with the fans that just adore this show and some of my other stuff so much. And then I don't know, I just wrote one day on Twitter, I think even at my kids' karate, I'm the T to the WILAGHT, and ain't no other pony troll it down like me. I'm Twilight Licious. And that got retweeted several hundred times. I'm like, oh, what's vocal twit? Oh, okay, let's try that. And then it was animated, and then now it's on t-shirts. And I was doing a signing, and this little girl came over to me. She's like, Miss Strong, I'm very Twilight Licious. And I'm like, does your dad let you on Twitter? And she's like, oh no, ma'am, it's a worldwide phenomenon. So I was like, okay. And you know what? If it makes people happy and feel good, then I'm pretty proud of it.
Okay, and now, do you have a theory on why the series has branched out and become so popular amongst so many fans?
Yes. My theory is Lauren Faust. Because without her vision on how it should be, and it's not a show for little girls, and neither was Powerpuff Girls or any of the other things she does. She does shows for everyone, and she really takes offense when people say, oh, that's stupid, it's a girl show. So are girls stupid? No. So her whole idea was to create a show that would cross over gender, age, everything, and she accomplished that, and you can see by this worldwide phenomenon. And there's plenty of adult humor in it, like the Big Lebowski animated in the background and things like that. Dr. Hooves, obviously. And, I think that in this time where there's wars going on and uncertainty in the economy, I just think that this show makes people feel good. And it's also, I hear a lot of people saying I was really depressed till I watched it. And as a guy, it's helping me express my emotions, and thank you for that. And I just think anyone that says anything negative about it is crazy. Because if it's making people feel good and it's not hurting anyone, I'm not sure why someone would have a problem with it. And I think it's just bringing people together on the basis of feeling good. And I think people like to feel good. And I do think the most powerful force is love, and that's sort of bringing everyone together.
Okay, and now, of course, there are the bronies, and they're, yeah, and they're just many, many ages and everything. And what's your thought on the brony culture?
Well, I love the brony culture so much. I've obviously been doing animation since I was 13 and been lucky enough to have these legacy roles like Batgirl and Harley and Powerpuff Girls and Rugrats and Teen Titans and all these amazing roles that you'd think would bring this huge fan base. And I've never seen a fan base like the Bronies. They're just supportive and lovely and hilarious and artistic and sweet, and they give to charity. And obviously, you know, that my Kiki's Fund is one of the charities that I've helped organize. It's my friend's child that's very sick with a brain tumor, and they've raised over $60,000 for her. And they're just the loveliest people. And there was another fundraiser we ran a couple weeks ago for my other friend's kid with a brain tumor named Grayson, and the Bronies raised $6,000 in a week for him. So, I mean, how can I not love them? By the way, I did record a vocal tweet for Ravenlicious, Omilicious, Ben 10licious, Timmylicious, Harleylicious, and guess which one's on a t-shirt? Bronies rule. I mean, they're just supportive and funny, and they're not afraid to look silly in a t-shirt with a pink horse that says yay. I mean, they're hilarious. I love them.
Okay, and how's the convention trail been treating you this year? You know, you do a lot of conventions. How's it been treating you?
You know, my favorite conventions are pony conventions because typically at big cons, they're first of all crazy, and they're representations of all different kinds of fandom, and not every show spawns a loving, sweet fandom. And sometimes you see people wielding strange weapons and attacking people, and you don't see that at pony cons. And there's nobody pushy, and there's nobody rude. And I know I'm making a sweeping generalization, but that's been my experience at any pony con. It's just loving and sweet, and I don't know, I have a great time. They're my favorite type of convention to do.
Okay, and you know, obviously you're limited on what you can talk about season 3. What else would you like to? Is there anything you can kind of tease for fans out there to like kind of look for?
Yes, here's a big spoiler. Are you ready? It's really cute. Don't get me in trouble.
Okay.
This isn't going on the internet, is it?
Yes. Okay. And now, is there anything you want to say to the fans of My Little Pony, and of course your legions of Brony fans?
That I love you, and I love you just as much as you love me, and thank you for making me laugh and being supportive and wonderful and giving to the charities that I'm helping support. And yeah, just thanks.
Okay, and like you said earlier, you worked on Kiki's Treatment Fund, you know, and you said it was for helping a friend who has a child that needs some help. What have you, other than just doing a charity drive, has there been any cool things you've given away and so on and so forth for it?
Well, we've had several auctions. There's always auctions on eBay. If you Google Kiki's Cancer Fund, you can find a bunch of different websites dedicated to her, and her dad has a bunch of art pieces on his eBay that he'll ship me these amazing, amazing pieces of art that Bronies make for free that I autograph, and then he then puts up on his eBay, so that goes directly into his account. And then I sell a whole bunch of charity items that I give a very high percentage to. Some items are 100%, some are 20%, depending on how much they cost me. And then, again, all fan-based art that they say use it and do whatever you want with it. And every con I've been to since I started has run an auction for her. I believe the one here raised, $9,000 or something like that? Yeah, so, and it's really the only income this family has right now. Ami has left work. He hasn't been working. He's been with his daughter in hospital for over 2 years, and older sister Melanie, who's my son's good friend, hasn't been in school, and they're so grateful for not just the financial support, but when people tweet him and say we're with you, and when she's having a surgery, he's getting tweets from Bronies in Israel and Egypt and France, and he says that it just makes him feel so good to have all this love. So whether you're giving financially or just a sweet message to Ami, I'm just very grateful for that.
Okay, and is there any way that fans can obviously keep up with you on the internet? You know, a Twitter, a Facebook, a Tumblr, YouTube?
My Twitter is @TaraStrong. I can't remember my YouTube name. It could be the same. And I don't have a Tumblr yet, but and my Facebook is over the 5,000 limit, so I don't really bother with it that much. I'm mostly active on Twitter, which is just @TaraStrong. And we're about to launch Taralicious.com, which is going to have... right now it's going to be launched, and I have to figure out how to do it, but we're going to have all kinds of fun contests and blogs, and that's another place that you can buy all the charity items.
Okay. Excuse me. And is there any upcoming projects you pony or otherwise? Any new video games potentially?
To figure out if I'm allowed to talk about them. We're obviously doing another season of Teen Titans and another season of Fairly Odd Parents and the new Ben 10, and also the new Shaolin Chronicles. I think that's all I'm allowed to talk about.
Okay. Well, thanks so much for coming out here and talking with us here at Canterlot Gardens. Thank you so much.